All right, everybody, welcome back to another episode of Unprepared. Today's episode is going to be amazing. We've got Jaryd joining us. He was also on the podcast. You should check out that episode, but I'm going to stop talking. Jaryd, I told you 10 seconds. I'm at 15.
Cool. Well, I'm Jaryd. I'm from Buying Online Businesses. We've got a short time frame here to cover so much. What I do is I help people buy website businesses that are past a 90% failure rate and have a proven track record of making money every single month. And I'm all about, working with something that's already working, like not recreating the wheel. And I guess that's what we're going to talk about in our little section here, especially with e-commerce businesses, right?
Yeah, I like what you said there, past that 90% failure rate. And I guess I need to start using that in my vernacular when I'm talking about product market fit, because everybody wants to get into ads before they have product market fit. And where you're helping people is purchasing businesses that they've found their product market fit already.
Yeah, that's right. And people that they don't have to go out and find it. Like, it can take so long to and a lot of time, a lot of money to work out what product is working, what business model is going to work, how to get it all dialed in, how to get your ads and even your marketing funnel can take years to get dialed in. Whereas when you buy a business, that all comes with the business. And that's what I really love about it.
Awesome. So today we're going to talk about focusing on the right products and focusing on your margin. So I guess take it away, elaborate, and let us know what should we be focusing on and how should we kind of think about this?
Yeah, so when my clients buy businesses, we sit down and we go, all right, what are we going to do to work on the business? And traditionally, people that I don't work with or don't have a mentor and don't really focus in on something is they try to do everything. And they just feel like, I know this is quite common that people, when they join my community for me to teach them how to buy a business, is they say, my goal is to buy a business, and say it's an e-commerce site, is to put, to make more money, to grow it. They want to put more products. They want to sell more products on the site. And for me, what I like to explain to them is that when you start doing more, then you take away from what's actually working and you try to do too many things and you can end up chasing your tail too much. So instead, what I like to teach people is that when you do first buy your site, or even if you're starting one out, is instead of trying to get, 25 to 50 or 100 products for sale on your site, is if you just focus on the best 2 products, 1 to 2, maybe 3 max, then you can put them on the homepage. You can really work on just those singular funnels, right? And make sure that you're selling the most popular products rather than a range of different products. Now, I've seen businesses that are for sale with like 16,000 SKUs. And I tell my clients, look, you can buy something like that, but you won't be selling 16,000 SKUs when you work with me. We're going to be selling maybe the best 2 to 3. So sometimes people start a business and they see throw whatever there is onto the wall and see what sticks. When you're in a few months and you're seeing, what's selling and you're seeing what is the higher profit margin products and the most popular ones, I would tend to stick with the most popular ones and focus on those 1 to 3 most popular products. They can also have a higher margin. And because they're popular, they're going to be easier to sell. And then when you come down to getting each 1 to 3 of those products, that sale page is on point. You know exactly why people want that. You know the message for that particular product. Then you can transfer that into your marketing funnel. So you don't have to have 7,000 ads for 7,000 different products. You can just have 1 to 3 ads that you keep testing and trialing and making better and better over time. And it just narrows your focus onto what's working best rather than having to try and spin too many plates. And I feel that's the biggest weakness of entrepreneurs, is that we just got the shiny object syndrome. We're trying to go and chase so many things.
I'm guilty.
Oh, me too.
Yeah.
I went and my first business, I was like, cool, I'm making X amount per month. If I want to make triple that, I need to buy 3 of those businesses. And I look back now and how silly is that? I just took all of my time from on one business to a third on each business, and I didn't give each business justice. And we do that. It's the same thing with our products. So does that make sense?
It makes sense to me, and it's something. Okay, so first of all, if you have a high SKU count business, don't think that we're saying that you can't succeed. That's not what we're saying. There are business models where it makes sense to have a high SKU count, because for a perfect example would be like shoes. Maybe you've got like a couple dozen styles, but your SKU count's going to be out of the control because you've got a bunch of different things. So what we're really talking about here is just when you have a lot of variance in your products, it's hard to create there's no such thing as a perfect funnel, but it's hard to create a funnel, an advertising, winning system with email and ads and SMS and what have you, when you've got, so many products to deal with, so much different variation to the language of what you're talking about, the pain points that it's solving. When you start talking about a more simple approach, which ones are winning, 85-15 rule, it would be what we're talking about here. When you talk about the ones that are winning and you invest your time there, it's going to compound, and it's going to just make you more money in the long run.
Yeah. And the goal of the business, I feel, is, and I say this to people personally as well, the people and the businesses that give the most value in life end up getting the most value back and end up winning. And we don't need to give 5,000 pieces of value to every single different person. If we can help one person with their one problem, with the one product they need right now, once we have them as customers, it's so much easier to keep them in our, within our business realm, within our ecosystem. And what I'm talking about is upsells and downsells. So say I'm selling a certain product, right? And maybe I'm selling guitars on my site. I'm not trying to sell people a capo individually and a guitar pick and a guitar tuner and a bag and all that sort of stuff different, straight away. First, they need to buy the guitar. So and that's probably my higher profit margin. It's probably going to be the easier product to sell rather than a guitar bag, right? Or a guitar tuner. So what I'd like to focus on is selling that, getting that funnel down. And like you said, you're right, there's no such thing as a perfect funnel because you can always better it, you can always optimize it, but getting that funnel really, really good and tuned and honed and always keep testing, like you're saying, is a great way to go for that guitar. But then where a lot of the other profit margin can be made is, selling them onwards to, hey, if you just bought this guitar, you may need a bag or a guitar tuner or a couple of picks or whatever it is, because somebody that's already bought from you, they've already gone and stood the time and the distance of gaining your trust enough to buy from you. So that's already there. So they're more likely to buy from you again and pick up a bag for maybe 20% off. You make it look attractive, right? And then, bundle up a whole package for them. And that's where your business really starts to thrive, is because you're not just trying to sell people meaningless products that they may not use. You're stacking and adding so much value, not just for them, but the business as well. It grows exponentially just through those things. And I feel that we can spread quite thin on a single layer in our e-commerce businesses and just try to sell all these multiple different products. But if we don't put them in a logical line for our customer journey, which our goal is to actually add value to them, we find it so much harder for the business to scale and grow.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. So you have a community and you have a course. Before we go here, if people like what you're talking about, or maybe they are interested in buying an online business, here's your time to shine. Let them know how to find you.
Thanks for the opportunity, man. So buyingonlinebusinesses.com, we just got our site updated, which is really cool. Thanks for the team. And so, yeah, go to buyingonlinebusinesses.com, check out that. My podcast's on there. If you have any questions, just reach out to me on my site as well, or just Google Buying Online Businesses, or even my name, Jaryd Krause, and I should pop up somewhere.
Awesome. Thanks so much for coming on the show today, Jaryd.
Thanks so much for having me, Chase. It was a blast.
Unprepared is not scripted or edited. When I screw up, it's going live. That might work for this show, but that is no way to run a business. Our partner and sponsor, Rewind, can protect your Shopify store with automated backups and quick and easy recovery. Rewind should be the first app you install on your project to protect your store against human error, misbehaving apps, or collaborators gone bad. It's like having your own magic undo button. Trusted by over 25,000 businesses, from side hustles to the biggest online retailers like Reebok, Gatorade, or Movement Watches. Best of all, you can respond to any of their welcome emails and just mention Unprepared this show and get your first month absolutely free.